right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. So we're going to, I'm just going to go over some of the news. This is basically the same news that was last week, but I need to go over it. They are having the Get and Go promotion to join my team, or to join Stampin' Up actually, but please join my team if you decide to join. And so it's a really great deal. You get 2 free stamp sets, and then you get 8 pre-cut packs of paper. You get Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, Queen's Anne Lace stamp set, So Much Love stamp set, Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and you can make 16 cards with the cardstock that they give you. So if you really wanted to jump into doing a business, this would be a perfect way to get started without investing. It's still $99, and you get $125 of product of your choice plus all this extra. It's really, really a good deal. So if you'd like to join my team, you can contact me on my blog, or you can message me here on Facebook, and I'd be happy to answer any questions or anything that you have concerns about. Then the new cut and emboss machine is out now, September 1st. It came out. I love mine. I just ordered yesterday my magnetic platform, and from what I'm seeing, everybody is loving it because it's not like the old one where the magnets were distributed among that plate, where like your dies would kind of like, they're small, they'd like hop around. It's not like that. It's a full magnetic sheet, and it's thin. It's not like thick like the other one. So I'm super excited. And then the Stampin' Anonymous tutorials are available. They're $9.95 on my blog. You get 6 different tutorials. It's all Halloween this month. And if you place an order with me, you get them free. I send it to you in your thank you email. And that is it. Same news, but need to be shared. So tonight's project is, here's the card, and then here's the box. And the reason this box, I made this box, is because of the ribbon. I've been dying to use this ribbon. But I did stamp the bottom, and I'm using, I think, the same stamp set I used last week, but we're only using it for this bottom part, and then for the dies for the sprigs that we're putting on. So this is the card. It's a 4x4, and I love the box. I love these this is 2.5 by 2.5, and then it's 2.5 tall. So we are going to go ahead again, start with the card, because I always cut everything out. I think I cut everything out actually for both of these this time, because it's just easier than to have to bring out the cut and emboss and do all that. And the card goes together pretty quickly. So we are going to first, let's grab all that we need. So I am using the Peaceful Boughs. This is one of my favorite, and this is in the annual catalog. It was here last year. And then the dies, these are Beautiful Boughs dies, and I already took the 2 out that I cut out for this, and I'm using the same 2 for the box too. And then the sentiment I'm using is It's a Most Wonderful Time of the Year from this Wrapped in Christmas. And then these little sprigs that we're using, that I use with the red foil, is from our poinsettia dies. It's this one right here. I used this a couple weeks ago, I think, on the poinsettia, with the poinsettia thing. Hi, sis. So that's all that we're using for this. And I'm using Shaded Spruce to stamp everything. It's one of my favorite Christmas colors. Anybody have any questions or anything? I'll try to catch them on here. If I don't, I usually go back either tonight, I'll look at them, or in the morning, and I will answer your questions. So the first thing we're going to do is just going to stamp the boughs and the little pine cone, and we're just using Shaded Spruce. And when I stamp it, I'll just stamp with it closed like this. Like I said, it's 4x4, so it's 4x8, and then you just score it in half. Got something in there. And then I'm just going to stamp shaded spruce on shaded spruce. And it's going to be messy because I'm going to get it on my graph paper here. Sometimes I can't think when I'm stamping. I can't think at the same time. Even when I do videos, that happens to me. So I'm going to just do a little one off here. And probably there. And then I am going to stamp some of the pine cones here. I love this stamp set. I did make a card the other day using this. I think that's I used this one, if y'all saw that. So let's see, I think I'll just put a little one right there. All right, so that's it. And then we're gonna go ahead and I'll stamp the sentiment too. This piece for the sentiment is 2.5 by 1. And we're gonna stamp it's the most wonderful time of the year. Hi Teresa, hi Eleonora. Welcome everybody. If I missed anybody, welcome. I love this, it's so cute. Look at that. But what don't I love? I guess I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love it, right? So we are going to use the red foil. It comes in the red and green this year in the foil sheets. And this one is 1 by 4. And we are going to use some Stampin' Seal. I've almost gotten away from using this, but I don't want to give up on it. I keep telling myself I'm not giving up on it. Sometimes, some days are better than others, but so we're going to run that right down the center. I usually like to use my T-ruler for this to make sure I have it pretty straight. And then this one is also from the same die set. That's the one from the Peaceful Boughs. So I just cut that in Whisper White. And then we're gonna add some adhesive on this one. Set that right in the center. I love this size card. This and the 3x3s, I always put in gifts when I do like gifts. I love that for that instead of a really big card. And I will put Whisper White on the inside. I'm not going to tonight, but I will. And then I'm going to use wet glue. Okay, my dog's barking for some crazy reason. She woke us up this morning at like 12 at night, barking like crazy, and she's a real good watchdog. That is one thing. But we had a wreath on our fireplace, and it's a new one, and it apparently the thing that was holding it up broke, and it fell, and she went crazy. So we're putting that there. And then this one's gonna go on. I think I'm gonna cut this a little bit shorter. But the wreath fell off of the fireplace, and as soon as my husband got up, she went right to it, like, look what happened. But she's really a good watchdog. She just barks too much. But I guess she wouldn't be a good watchdog if she didn't bark so much. Oh yes, Stephanie. This is really easy to cut. Really easy. I don't remember an older one. This is the first pine cone one I've had. And then we're popping this up with dimensionals. It cuts really good. And I don't have any problems at all, like if it's got a lot of like holes, like the pine cones on these, they have a lot of holes, and I just run it forward and backwards, and then it's fine. All right, I could have moved that down a little bit more, I guess, but it's all right. It's gonna work. So there it is, quick and easy. Once you get your little, of course I did die cut these out first, but they go through really quickly. So that's the card. I really like the foil on this one. Oh, thanks for the hearts. And then for the box, we are using Shaded Spruce again because of the gorgeous ribbon, and the ribbon is from the Wonder of the Season pack, so you get the trim, the gold trim, and the Shaded Spruce ribbon. This ribbon's so pretty. This piece for the box is 7.5 by 7.5, and then you need the foil, the red foil, and this is 4 5/8 by 4 5/8. The scoring on these are really easy. And then once again, I cut out the pieces, same pieces for this one. And then I didn't cut this, but this piece for the sentiment is 3/4. No, this one's 1 inch on this one. You don't even have to put a sentiment, but I thought it was really cute on the top of this box. You do have to undo the ribbon to get into this box. All right, so let's go ahead and score it. It actually took me forever to get this box and lid to fit because I guess because of the foil's thicker, and I don't know what it was, but sometimes it just takes me forever to figure out something. All right, so we are going to do, on the box, we're doing 2.5. On the bottom, 2.5 and 5. And then you're just going to turn it, 1/4 of a turn, and then 2.5 and 5. Really easy. And then on the foil, I always score it on this side because it really will mess it up and kind of tear it on this side. And I always use my larger side of the stylus on this, just like I do on the designer series paper. And you're just scoring 1 inch on all 4 sides on this one. I need to, there we go. I hate that because on the foil, like I went off there and you can see it on the foil, but I think I could probably press it down. But I need to be really careful. You need to, when you do the foil. All right, so we're going to stamp the bottom just like we did the top with the sprig and the Shaded Spruce. I know, Kathy. I'm really going after the Christmas stuff. I hope everybody's happy to see Christmas. Actually, you know, as a crafter, everything's out. Like Hobby Lobby's got all their stuff out, and Michael's Christmas stuff out. So it's everywhere already, and you have to get ahead of yourself when you are making stuff, or you never get it done. You can, let's see, turn this one the other way. I like to go all different ways with these, but you can make them ahead of time and be all ready to go. Oh, thanks, Person. I love doing them. All right, so I'm trying to leave a little bit of space for the pine cones too, so we're going to all right, I think that's good. Oh, we need the pine cone. You can even, I even thought about embossing these, like embossing it, but it would take forever to emboss this whole sheet. But I think it'd be really pretty embossed, like with white. What do you think? I think it'd be really pretty. I love making my own designer series paper. You notice I'm not using any today. That's very odd because I am a designer series paper addict. All right. So let's go ahead and cut these. So I am going to actually cut these down. I'm going to cut these down so it's easier to fold in. Yeah, it would be, Stephanie. A lot of work to emboss everything. It would be a lot, but it would be really pretty. It would take a while too. And then we're going to do the same on this side. So we're just making our own little tabs. I do that a lot. It's easier than trying to score them. I got some Halloween projects coming too, but I'm not as into Halloween. I love fall and Christmas. Those are my two favorite. But I know people like Halloween too, so I usually try to throw a few in there. I know. I love designer. I'm hooked on. I keep saying I'm not going to buy anymore, and then I buy it. All right, so we're going to use wet glue for this. And I'm going to just do 2 at a time here. Just going to line them up. You can fill this with Ghirardellis. Ghirardellis are like 2 by 2. So you can fill this box with Ghirardellis. I didn't sharpen these, did I? This side I didn't. Or Lynn truffles, because it's kind of fancy. So I think like a nice fancy chocolate would fit in here. Yeah, I have grandkids now, but they're not really too, well, I guess at one point they really enjoyed Halloween, but they're not really that much into it. I remember as a kid I used to really like it, but all right, so now we're going to do the lid. We're going to do this one the same way, but we're not going to cut these. We're just going to do 1/4 of a turn and turn it. This red foil is so pretty. I think I did order one more designer series paper when I ordered my magnetic platform, because I didn't want to just order the platform and have it come snail mail. So I always usually order something big with it so it doesn't come snail mail. All right, we are going to use, I guess I'll use the liquid glue again. Let's see how this one, I think I used Terran tape. I did, but we're going to see how this works. If it'll hold. I think it will. I don't know that I ever made a lid with the foil. I have a bunch of people lately, I don't know if y'all have seen the little lantern I did. I don't know if somebody posted that. Oh, I didn't tell who won the thing yet. Okay, let's let's get to that in a minute. The lantern I did, I think it was a couple years ago. I don't think it was last year. Maybe it was. But all of a sudden, everybody's contacting me, you know, that if I have a PDF for it or whatever, and I don't know. I've been throwing around doing PDFs again, but there's so much work. They're so time consuming. And doing as many videos a week, it's really hard. I may, though, start just posting the measurements on my blog, because sometimes they want the measurements, or so. But I've had like 3 people ask me about it this week alone, so it must have got, I don't know if it got out there on Pinterest, or it doesn't. This wet glue does not hold as good, like of course as fast as the tear and tape, but I know I like the videos too, Kathy, and I usually put all I put all the measurements in the video, but some people like them written down. So all right, so we are going to put this on. It fits really good, this one. And then we're going to grab our beautiful ribbon. Now I got it all over my fingers, the glue. So we're going to use this. When you line up your lid, make sure you line it up really straight. I think I'm going to have too much, because it does make a difference on how your lid fits. All right. So let's go ahead and, this actually, for such a big ribbon, it actually ties really nice. So pretty. All right, so we're gonna cut these and make them really pretty. This is a really good gift box, but I think putting some really nice chocolates would be really nice. I think I'll probably save these for the people I used to work with. They're always so sweet, the girls there. All right, and then we're going to add our, you could add this first, but I just like to add it after, and I'm just using glue dots to put these on. So I can usually tell better where I'm putting it. So I'm just doing it on one side. But like I said, if you like to do it at first, you know, yourself, before you tie the ribbon on, you can do that. I'm gonna cut this one again, and then I didn't do the sentiment yet either. And then we needed one of these red. We needed some red, so that's why I added the little sprig there. And then let's go ahead and stamp for the sentiment. I really like using, I don't really like using the wet glue for the top. So that's just a little tip there that I like to using the tear and tape better for that. Or you can use your Stampin' Seal Plus for it. So we're going to just stamp that again. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut it really close so that it doesn't stick out too far. I'm just going to and then can use a wet or a glue, a couple glue dots probably for this part. And then we'll add that right on this side, just like that. Whoops, lost the other one. And here's the cards. So that's it. Very easy box, but what makes it is this gorgeous ribbon. I love the ribbon. Thanks for the hearts, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed it, everybody. Really quick. All right, I'll see you all next week, everyone.